We are live. I just realized my D-Live's not working right. There we go. Hello, everybody. What's up?
Hasn't gone live on YouTube yet either.
It's going. It's going.
There it goes.
Come on, D-Live.
YouTube made it up.
YouTube made it up?
Yeah.
D-Live hasn't yet. I know. Hold on, guys. Just waiting for D-Live to go live so I can pop out the chat.
D-Live is dead right at the moment.
Hello, Mama Cass, Crafts, and Misfits. How are you? Or maybe not. D-Live's not going to go live? What's up with us?
Yeah, man. I see you. I don't know. I'm just going to call Mama Cass, Crafts, and Misfits. I'm just going to call her Misfits. That's too long of a name. Hey, Gillian. Hey, Dave. Evening, Nicole. Andy. Ron. Everybody else I'm missing.
I'm just waiting for D-Live.
There's Heather.
Hey, Heather. All right. Well, apparently.
Yes, Misfits. Shadows is live one. Well, I don't know if she's live, but yes, D-Live. She streams on too.
I know, Heather. I don't know if I should talk to her because she probably don't hear me.
I don't know. Did your podcast kick up? You're not late.
God bless America.
You're not late, freaky.
Fuck. I'm awake. Come on, D-Live. What is going on? All right, let me check my restream. Let me do it this way.
No, Andy, I'm still looking for them damn books myself.
All right, how do I do this? I forgot how to do this.
I was glad you ain't asking me.
Right? All right, hold on, guys. Sorry, having technical difficulties here. Let me... Let's turn that off and...
You'll have to excuse her. It's Friday. She's just talking to herself.
Yes. You know how it goes. Let's see if that works.
Heather's back over to YouTube. So
okay.
D-Live wasn't working.
Well, I just popped it back on, hopefully.
Ron's over on D-Live. He just said hello. Oh, no, he's going through Restream, though. Hi, Amanda.
All right. I don't know what's going on with D-Live today, so...
Hi, Rain.
I am closing out a D-Live. I don't know. All right. Hello, everybody. You're the best. Hello, Dave. Hello, Nicole, Amanda, Rain, Heather, Ron, Freaky Geek,
Andy.
Misfits, Mama Cass Crafts and Misfits. Andy. Did I miss anybody? Gillian. Hello, everybody. Just Chaos guy.
Where?
I don't know. He's up there in that chat.
That son of a bitch.
I know. He follows me everywhere. Sorry if you're over on D-Live. Well, you probably don't hear. Rain, do you?
Heather, when you were on D-Live, did you hear us talk? What's up, Matt?
Chocolate mooncake time!
How long does it take to heal if you accidentally punch the floor instead of snapping the paper to the floor to kill the bug.
Okay, I'm not on. All right.
Well, it depends on how hard you punch.
Yeah.
I'll call you Cass.
That'll work. Hey, Matt. How you doing, hon? Welcome.
They can hear you on D-Live,
Oh,
but
you
they can't see you.
That's weird. That's so weird. You can hear me, but you can't see me. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with D-Live. As long as you can hear me, I mean, if you know.
Wow, Amanda. Then, yeah, it's going to take a little bit for your hand to heal if you broke a blood vessel.
Oh, what the fart?
I know, right?
Yeah,
Freaking D-Live.
and it's always a finger that you need to use all the time.
Yeah, of course, because you always hit it when it's healing. Never fails.
Next time, if I can make a recommendation, use a slipper or something, not your fist.
That's weird. I don't know what's going on with D-Live. Ugh. Oy vey.
Okay, now, Andy says he could see you but not hear you, but couldn't see me but could hear me. Oh, I got to stop doing that. Every morning.
You didn't get me that time. I don't know who said it, but hey, Anton.
What's up, Anton?
Yeah, freaky. There goes your poking power.
Amanda's fiance told her the same thing. Next time, use a slipper or something.
So I'm sorry for everybody that's over on D-Live.
It was Heather that did it. She's admitting to it.
She is admitting to it. So it still works over in D-Live. Lovely.
Celebration time! Chocolate mooncake time!
Heather says streamer is off on D-Live. Well, she closed it down.
Yeah. No. I closed out of it. I was trying to get the chat because when it's not like YouTube, like when it's offline, I can still pull up chat on YouTube. D-Live, you can't. You got to wait till it goes live so I can pull up the chat and pop it out.
Okay.
He has no clue what I'm talking. Hey, Jim.
Nope. Not a clue.
I
What's up,
know.
Jim?
That is true, Nicole. You can scare me now because I can't see it happening.
Nope.
That's funny. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know. Who the hell knows?
What not? I can see, like Freaky Geek just did I Rock.
Yeah. You're the best. You guys are the best around. Yeah, for D-Live chat is always on, but I just can't pop it out like I do my YouTube. Like if you can see my screen, I have what I'm going to talk about. I have the restream. So I make sure that everything's working there. And then I have the chats on the side so I can see you guys and not wait to go through restream. I'll wait 10 minutes before I use points.
At least he's giving you a time frame.
Yeah, that's true. So good to see you guys. Today's Freaky News Friday.
There answered your question, Anton.
And we got a lot of news.
He just asked, what is today's topic?
Right, I know. That's what. And question, did I not go live last Friday? Because I was setting up the stream for last night, for today. Shut up, Heather. I see that.
I'm not even going to say it.
Good try, though. And, I'm going through these, and I'm like, I don't remember doing these. Okay. Thank you, Heather. She's like, oh, I got to do my Twitters. Speaking of that, it is Friday. And my sounds are back. I can slap Eddie again.
Well, Freaky, I know one day she missed because the electric was messing up. She did a 20-minute show and had to stop it.
Okay. Gossip about we gossip about Freaky's Love Life Friday.
Jim says it's all about Freaky Friday.
It's all about Freaky today. Yes, we're gonna sit and have a talk. This is your intervention, Freaky. No.
You are not allowed to leave chat.
That's funny. Oh, and Mr. Andy.
That was that one.
A cat.
Oh, hissing?
Yeah. Thank you so much. I got a present yesterday in the mail. And
oh no, Mama's Cass's kittens are trying to escape.
yeah. And I should kick your ass. But thank you so much. They are so beautiful. For anybody that doesn't know, Andy and Nicole bought me a deck of cards.
Because I'm too goddamn poor.
And yeah, no, not a mail present. Not that kind of mail.
Yeah.
I don't think Eddie would bring it home to me.
I would, but it would be in a body bag.
You guys, thank you so much for these are so beautiful. I'll show you the backs of them. Well, that's a little close. Sorry. And these are so beautiful. You can't really see them. That sucks. They're gorgeous cards. And I thank you so much. I was playing around with them last night. They're the Shadow Escapes Tarot. Ha. I just noticed that they're shadows. They're Shadows Tarot. That's the box. But they are absolutely gorgeous. And I thank you guys so much.
That's all right, Andy. You just made me look bad again. That's no big deal.
I just want to take the heat off Eddie for 30 seconds. Nicole, yeah, you need more decks.
No.
I thank you guys so much. That is super sweet.
It was very thoughtful of you guys. I appreciate you guys doing that. What's up, Nubs?
Good try, Anton. You're the best. Hey, Nubs. I don't see Nubs.
He just came in.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, hey, hey. But thank you guys so much. Now still 847 decks of cards to go.
Yeah.
I like her numbers.
I'll be fucking dead before that happens. Unless we hit the friggin' lottery.
Right?
And then it still ain't happening.
I'll be like, oh, guess what that means?
She'll want to buy a goddamn factory that prints them.
Yeah, right. That would be awesome. But yeah, thank you guys. They're really, I wish you guys could see them.
Ready?
Double points.
I'm telling you, it's like a balloon ready to go off.
Shadows, Chaos, NJC.
That's right.
All right.
Now, to keep things fair and even, we got the cheap deck for you. So Eddie just has to buy all the serious expensive ones now, Missy.
Hey, wow, that's cool, Andy.
That does not look cheap. They're beautiful. They really are. I really wish it'd show up on the camera because those are gorgeous.
I thought you were just putting up some kind of acronym there, Nubs.
Dang, failed again.
Well, see, when I see it pop up, I know we got about a 10-second delay.
Right? So, again, if you can hear me over in D-Live, I'm so sorry. You guys can still type and chat. We'll see it.
Or just make your way over to Restream or YouTube.
Not Restream,
Or
just YouTube.
whatever.
YouTube, Twitch, Facebook?
Look for another platform. You'll find her.
I'd say Twitter, but Twitter don't like me. Well, Periscope don't like me. I don't know. I've tried to clear that up many times, but they just don't like me.
Eddie says Eddie clears the bill and Missy is blurry. Why do I suspect Eddie stolen Missy's camera?
You did. You switched them, didn't you?
How does it fucking work? Ready?
Double points.
Double points. Oh, the phone's ringing. I'm like, where do you go?
Celebration time! Chocolate mooncake time!
No, you now. Although I could go live on you now, but I don't know.
Let me go check my phone. Hey, I didn't see it ring or anything, so.
Just can't type over on DLive. Don't hear or see over there, unfortunately. Okay, Heather. Thank you for letting me know. I feel bad. I feel bad for all my DLivians. That's a Missyism. So, today on the show, obviously, it's Freaky News Friday, where we discuss the odd and weird news of the week. Apparently, we're doing last week's, show because, there's some stuff on there I'd like to talk about that has happened or whatnot. And, yeah. Thank you, Heather.
I guess my boss just tried to call.
Oh, really?
He must be trying to call my actual phone number, though.
Oh, so he called the hotel?
No, that was Chuck.
Oh.
I got 7 days next week. I'm covering Monday.
Double points.
Double points. Double cards. No, just.
I'm covering Monday and Tuesday in the bakery.
Oh, okay.
And Chuck says that he was on the phone trying to call me before Chuck even got out of the office. So, yeah, he's trying to call me on the wrong number, so I got to call him.
All right, well, go ahead and take a few minutes if you need to.
Sorry, guys, but I got to go make this phone call and figure out my work schedule. I'll be back in a few minutes. Sorry, baby.
That's okay. No problem. You want to shut the door? So.
No, I ain't worried about it.
Okay. Hey, Ted, how are you? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yes. Oh, yeah, everything's fine. He's just working 7 days a week next week. So we the same hotel we live in, the bakery guy lives in, the Chuck that we talk about. And so he called up here to let him know, hey, I'm taking the 2 days off. So guess what? If he's not closing the door, put the phone on speaker. He only talks on speaker. That's why I asked him if he wanted to shut the door. Usually.
I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to verify if I'm working
I know.
Monday and Tuesday.
I know.
Besides that, there was a fucking TV. I just turned it off.
Oh, thank you.
My ass.
All right. So, again, today is Freaky News Friday, where we discuss odd and weird news of the week. If you are, that's what I call any word I make up that's a Missyism. Because everybody's used to how I speak, But so if you are listening over on Facebook, please, before leaving a comment, grant Restream permission to see your name. There should be a link there. Just a formality so we know who you are and it doesn't come up Facebook user. Like Freaky did the other day. So in our ghostly portion of the show, we're talking about the strange case of a legally haunted house. Then we're looking at a Hall woman claims she spotted a ghost in the Hessle window. Ghost asked for help at the haunted Liverpool pub, and the matter of paranormal mist and fog and strange creatures. In our cryptid portion of the show, we're looking at 2 ape creature photos surfaced in Brazil. So we'll take a look at those and get your guys' opinion on what those are. And surprising DNA found during a Bigfoot investigation. Well, that's okay, Freaky. Well, it says it on the Facebook, but it doesn't tell me who it is when it comes through Restream. Yes, Messiisms are fun. UFO, alien, and space portion of the show, why Channel 37 doesn't exist, and what it has to do with aliens. Then we're looking at the 12 strangest objects in the universe. You guys, I don't know, hopefully you'll find it interesting. I love looking at different pictures that look weird in the universe. And we're going to discuss, did you know the moon has a tail? And the earth wears it like a scarf once a month. And when alien abductees are secretly followed, watched, and much more. In the weird portion of the show, we're going to talk about a new warp drive patent that has emerged online. Then Tesla was from Venus, claims an FBI document. Then the Dyson Sphere may be the key to human immortality, and strange mysteries at the real Frankenstein castle. As always, if you're listening to the podcast portion of this, thank you so much for supporting us over there. Appreciate it so much. And as always, I invite you to come on over to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, DLive when it's working, and hang out and chat with us and give us your opinions on things. Yeah, so there we go. And I would say, and don't forget, as I roll the credits, get over to DLive, but apparently DLive's not working today. Hello, Mo. How are you? Welcome back, Misfit. Or Cass. Sorry. So Bigfoot does exist. You never know. You never know. Anybody with a foot size bigger. You got me that time. I jumped a little bit. Anybody with a foot size bigger than 11 is a Bigfoot. This is true. Surprising DNA found in Bigfoot investigation. That's female Bigfoot was good looking, so no more beastly jokes, please, folks. Andy. Yes, Andy is our resident Bigfoot. What else? Dogman. What else? He's our resident everything. It still says over there that I'm not live. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, DLive is all but dead today. So a lot of stories to go through. Hey, Beep Beep, how are you? Werewolf? Yes, he is our resident werewolf. Werewolfy, as Nicole puts it. It's usually spotting of him running naked through things that gets reported, so always blame Andy. Yeah, Andy is our shapeshifter. There we go. That's so funny. You guys are crazy. You are. But I enjoy each and every one of you. I really do. You guys make our days. All right, guys. So the first story we have is the strange case of a legally haunted house. So apparently they're not holding the ghosts illegal. They're there, because they want to be. As always, all the links are going to be down in the description, or should be. So it says, can a house be legally haunted? Well, it appears that yes, it can. Our story here begins with a beautiful 5-bedroom Victorian waterfront home in Nyack, New York, where in the 1970s, a woman by the name of Helen Eckley and her family lived in a first peaceful, content life. At some point, they began experiencing some intense poltergeist phenomenon in the home, with moving objects, lights turning on and off, anomalous noises and footsteps, the whole 9 yards. Her grandchildren would also allegedly receive gifts from the ghost in the form of baby rings that would then mysteriously vanish as suddenly as they appeared. Other members of the family would also receive various trinkets and coins that would similarly come from nowhere and then vanish again. Eckley claimed that an unseen presence would also shake her daughter's bed nearly every night at the same time. And at one point, she herself saw the apparition of a man in old-fashioned clothes watching her as she painted a wall. She would say this: he was sitting in midair watching me paint the ceiling in the living room. rocking back and forth. I was on an 8-foot stepladder. I asked if he approved of what we were doing to the house, if the colors were to his liking. He smiled and nodded his head. That would be pretty rocking. Okay, Cass, no problem, hon. The ghost has a license. I love it. She also claims that there were more than one ghost on the premises, including that of a Navy lieutenant from the American Revolution. And also neighbors reported hearing and seeing strange things at the house, as did visitors. The fiancé of Eckley's daughter, Cynthia, once stayed at the home and said of his own strange experience there. He said, Sin had already fallen asleep, and I was drifting. Then I heard the bedroom door creak and the floorboards squeak. My back was to the edge of the bed. Suddenly, the edge of the bed by my midsection depressed down, and I felt something lean against me. I went literally stone stiff. I was speechless. Shut up, Andy. I was speechless and could hardly move. I was able to twist my neck around enough to see a womanly figure in a soft dress through the moonlight from the bay windows. I felt like she looked straight at me. After about a minute, the presence got up and walked back out of the room. I finally relaxed enough to shake my wife out of a sound sleep, acting like a toddler who just had a nightmare. Ackley's story would be published in several newspapers as well as Reader's Digest. If it was in Reader's Digest, I bet I read it. After which it was inclined on a walking tour of the city of Nyack as a haunted house. Excuse me. She eventually put the house on the market with a company called Ellis Realty, but failed to mention the hauntings to the prospective buyer, Jeffrey Stembrowski, who before he entered a contract to purchase the house in 1989, Jeffrey apparently was from out of town and had no idea that about the local lore of the Ackley house, completely unaware that it was supposed to be haunted. When he inevitably learned of its ghostly past, he moved to file a lawsuit on the grounds that he had been misled and was the victim of misrepresentation on the value of the property of what he called an ectoplasm fraud, seeking action, requesting rescission of the contract of the sale for damages and demanding his $32,000 down payment on the purchase price of $650,000 back. I'm trying to think if New York, I can't remember when New York had the law instated that you have to tell somebody if you're selling a house that it's haunted, if it's haunted. I don't think it was established in 1989, though. I don't know. Maybe. It may be right after that. The case went ahead to the New York Supreme Court and was a media circus from day one. It all went back and forth with New York at the time under the property law doctrine of caveat emptor, or buyer beware. So Jeffrey's motion was initially dismissed, but he appealed, and then the appellate court would reverse this, saying the most meticulous inspection and the search would not reveal the presence of poltergeists at the premise or unearth the property's ghoulish reputation in the community. The final decision was that although the state did not explicitly say it believed in actual ghosts, so they deemed the house to be, for all purposes, legally haunted, saying having reported the ghost presence in both the national publication and local press, defendant is stopped to deny their existence. And as a matter of law, the house is haunted. The ruling was not without its critics. One critic saying, with this verdict, the New York Supreme Court created a dangerous precedent. The house on the Hudson is haunted with that is a legal fact in her book. The law is a white dog. Princeton University Press 2011 scholar of American legal history Colin Dian commented that Rubin's conclusion was more terrifying for some than he had declared ghosts real. Instead, Rubin posited a reality independence of any conception of what is real. So I wonder if that's what made New York, because now in New York, you have to state, hey, Mo, how are you? You have to state whether it is haunted. Don't they hide houses that are haunted in the USA so they get sales? They do it on the films. No, Ted, at least in New York. I don't know any other states, but I know in New York, you now have to, if you legally are going to sell your house, you have to let them know if it is haunted or presumed haunted. According to science, hauntings are anything but hauntings. Yet we can have a legal status. Something seriously wrong with someone. It's New York's way of just passing it off, basically. He'll be right back. He's on a phone call right now. But he'll be right back. So the house would fall under a legal term called stigmatized property, meaning a property that has some dark or unsavory history that impacts its value above and beyond its physical state and appearance. But in this case, it was ruled that whether the house was haunted or not, the property owner was under no duty to disclose the haunting to potential buyers. Jeffrey would thus not only receive no damages, but since he failed to show up for the closing, he forfeited the entire down payment. Wow. This did not stop people from suddenly wanting to buy it. Shortly after the trial, there was numerous offers for the property, and in the meantime, the unique case, now commonly known as the Ghostbusters ruling, would see it printed in law textbooks on the contracts and property law and widely taught in the U.S. law school classes. Interestingly, no one owned the house after they reported any paranormal activity, and the property was sold on January 8, 2016 for more than $1.7 million. It is all rather a weird story, and now you know that there is a precedent that a house can be legally haunted. Yes, it's top secret. Little do you know that he's talking to the MIB to try to get it, probably to try to get him to take me away. I don't know. But yeah, so what do you guys think? But yeah, I do know now there is like I said, there is now in New York, I don't have a kiss button. Beep, beep. Although that's a good one. Oh, I don't have a kiss on here. I have an evil laugh. Or a strawberry. But that's usually for Andy when he gets out of hand. Then they wouldn't worry about it, Ted. Ted says, suppose their money is buying haunted houses. I know, I wouldn't mind going to buying a haunted house if I had the money. Likely find Essie's being swapped in the MIB and you just get poorly behaved cyborg in return. True, Andy. That's true.
Double points.
Of course, I turned up the thing so you guys could hear that, and Nicole's got to hit the double point. Sorry about your ears, guys. Or when trolls come in.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was not me. Thank you, Mo. I try to keep it interesting. Ted says, I would buy a haunted house and just let the customers go in and I'll wait outside. Oh, you're right there with Freaky, Ted. Freaky be the same way. Hey, Amanda, did I say hey to you today? Sorry if I didn't, hon. I can't remember. All right, on to the next story. A Hall woman claims she spotted a ghost in the Hessle window. A Hall woman claims she might have spotted a ghost in the Hessle window. She said there's so many ads on here. She said she took the image last week while admitting she had a few experiences with ghosts in the past. She said others agree that with her, the object in the image could be that of a ghost. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole story, but I will post it up here and see what you guys think. Let me share the screen. Oh, let me get... Hi, lady. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Can you guys see it okay?
What's up, distracted?
What do you guys think?
I'm not going to switch screens.
Is that a ghost or, hey, distracted? How are you?
It's hard to see, but it don't look like no ghost. It's just too filled in. It almost looks like a mask.
It does almost look like a mask, doesn't it? Face with a mask.
Yeah, so that one there I wouldn't buy. Won't buy that one for $1.
You won't buy that one for $1?
Nope.
It looks like PLE's mask has filled out. That's true.
Kinda.
I don't know. She thinks that, well, she says she's not sure. She put it out there. I definitely see a face, but it looks like a mask hanging there to me. I mean, for the sake of argument, she just wasn't sure what she captured. But, you know. Hey, True North. Not sure if that's what it's supposed to be or a reflection. Yeah, she wasn't sure either. She just happened. She said, we were having dinner in the car. I just said to my husband, there's a face there. He doesn't believe, but I can see it. So he apparently couldn't see it, but she could. Other people have said the same and also said if you look closer, you can see more spirits in the picture.
Thanks, Heather. Hey, True North.
I couldn't see it.
I didn't. I mean, I just seen the one.
Yeah. But like I said, on her behalf, she said she spotted the potential ghost. It's what she captured and wanted to put it out there. Which I don't mind.
No,
you know?
It's pretty cool. She's asking for an opinion.
Yeah.
She's not declaring that it was a ghost.
Chocolate mooncake time. Right, yeah. She wasn't declaring it. She's just, you know.
I think that was reflecting in all the different windows on True North. Because I've seen that face in like 3 or 4 of the different clips.
I think they were trying to blow it up more.
Oh.
Did the one that she is. That's not nice, Andy.
I missed what you said. Andy.
It just said Hull. No, it didn't. It said Hessle. Oh, that could be. Hold on. Let me check, Heather. You Hull woman, yeah, I believe so. Maybe. Don't listen to me. No, it was in the UK. It's the UK news. Well, that could be too. It's Canada. Oy vey. It doesn't say.
Wow.
Is there a Hessle place? Hessle, visiting County Park, Hessle, Forshire, in the mill.
Yeah, Nicole. That was in me and Shadows both looked at him, and it was like that could go either way. I mean, it really could. That would actually have to go to somebody that really knows what they're looking for. Do the hustle.
Do the hustle. I don't know.
Oh, Dave, thanks for the coffee.
Thank you, Dave.
Is it Dimlo or Dimelo?
I don't know.
I know I don't want to mispronounce it, but it was Dimelow.
Thank you so much. I don't have an evil button either, people. I'm not fun. Unless you want the evil laugh. Buggered if I know. I wouldn't go to Hull if you paid me. Eat their own kids up there when their unemployment checks don't arrive. Oh, no, not. I don't think it's Canada, Heather.
At least not Hall. Liam.
Oh, yeah, you weren't in here when you came in.
No, I wasn't. I was taking care of business.
Thank you, though, Dave. We really appreciate it. Andy, I went to Hull once, but left because you weren't there.
Eddie, you got
it right the first
name
time.
right first time? Dimlo. Cool. Imagine that. And I've been drinking beer. It's probably why I could read it right.
Heather's like, that's good. LOL. All right. On to the next. Surprising DNA found during a Bigfoot investigation. And it's really cool because before I even knew I was going to be talking about this, or when I was setting it up last night, because this is from last week. You're welcome, Heather. I just watched the interview last night with I can't think of her name, on the Expedition Bigfoot, because this is what it's about.
Easily distracted. Says, now I have that song in my head. Thanks. Do the hustle.
I know, right? You have to be careful. These people, I tell you, they try to make you remember songs throughout the day.
Even though I said it, it didn't even register, do the hustle.
See,
But Heather almost got me with the 876. She almost got me with that.
Really? Thank you, because my brain wanted to finish that. Fuck. Heather didn't get me, but Eddie did.
75309.
I know.
Jim North sitting there wiggling and humming the song too.
That's why I kind of skip when not skip, but like, that's probably the only time you'll ever see him dance. I try to get him to do his.
Oh, I ain't having it. Not on camera.
But he won't do it. But that's why I kind of skim what people say, because I'm like scared that they're gonna song bomb me.
It's the never-ending story. We'll eat cookies while Missy sings it. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, surprising DNA found during Bigfoot investigation. A little over a year ago, I'm thinking this is Nick, but let's see. Who wrote the article?
Oh, what the fart?
I know. Oh, no. Jocelyn. Jocelyn wrote this one. A little over a year ago, she wrote an article about researchers from the television show Expedition Bigfoot, who captured a very interesting thermal video of what appeared to be a large ape-like bipedal creature walking around in the woods. More recent findings revealed compelling evidence with very surprising DNA results. During their time in the wilderness of Kentucky, now this is when, if you guys, spoiler alerts if you haven't watched the second season yet, they went to Kentucky, now they're in Washington again.
Oh,
But
quit moving my monitors.
I haven't touched your monitors.
You did the other day when you were using my computer.
I did not.
Somebody moved the goddamn thing.
Well, it was not me.
I'm blaming you because you're the only other person here.
So wrong. So, when they were in the Kentucky part of it, it says during their time in the wilderness of Kentucky, the Appalachian Highlands, the team collected DNA, eDNA, environmental DNA, from soil found beneath a large tree structure. That's when, remember, we were talking about how they point them to water.
Yeah.
And that, after extensive analysis of the eDNA with software called metabar coding that matches the DNA sequences to thousands of known genomes, they detected human DNA in the area, but they were still seeing different primate DNA. There wasn't just one human primate. There are several different primates, some sort of primate relative that exist in the data.
Well, didn't they also find hair or fur particles in that they said no matter what test they ran on it, it was not known anywhere?
I don't think that was that show. I think it was another show we were watching.
Well, it doesn't have to be that show. I'm just saying.
Right,
though,
yeah.
They found a clump of fur.
Yeah. Oh, no, they just sent, that was the last one we watched.
Yeah, and they ran tests, and there is no known species.
Right. So they found apparently pan trigoliate, and it's a species of chimpanzee, which you would not see in areas you're at. It's a real head scratcher. It's important to note that the higher the detection, the more confidence we can say whatever taxonomy we're looking at is apparent in the area. And in this case, they're looking at the pan genus or the chimpanzee genus. There's 3,000 reads. Now, these chimpanzees live in a tropical forest of Central Africa. Primate, oh, go ahead.
Wait a minute. This chimpanzee's located?
The DNA that they found, yes.
I thought, oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm thinking of a different goddamn country. Never mind.
Okay.
I was going to say they were fucking kangaroos are from, but you said Africa, not Australia.
It's Friday, guys.
Hey, I caught myself. Well, I've fucking been really dumb.
So, Dr. Mira Moyer, she's the one that's on Expedition Bigfoot. That's an interview that I watched last night. It's so funny that it happened this way. Synchronicity.
There you go.
That was a missyism. The process of describing and confirming a new species is difficult.
Hurry back, Nicole.
Hurry back to Nicole. Jesus, I can't even say names
You
now.
almost said Nikolai.
I know. Well, we will be talking about Tesla. But anyway, DNA is absolutely essential in the scientific community to prove that something is new or if it's a recognized species. You have eyewitness accounts from 10,000s of people who say they've encountered Bigfoot, some coming forward with blurry videos and photographs, but that's just not going to cut it. What we need is indisputable genetic evidence. And there's no doubt in my mind that we're heading in the right direction. So, I mean, here they got human DNA plus the chimpanzee DNA.
Well, maybe, they always say, never mind, I'm not going to say it. That man could have been funking a monkey. I said funky, not.
Gosh, did you make yourself laugh? That was good. Talking about Tesla would be shocking.
So you must know, was it combined DNA or was it two separate DNA found in the same location?
I don't think it was combined because that would have been really fucked up.
You see what I was talking about? You know, it might. You know, why not? You got women that funk doggies.
All right, that's it today, you guys. Bye.
You got big fuckers and
All right, honey.
and maybe daddies.
But daddy. All right. So, I mean, interesting shit, though. I mean, really, literally. Chimpanzees shouldn't be around there.
Andy's got a good point, though. He says, man being man will not be satisfied until a bunch of Bigfoot are shot, autopsied, and made extinct before man remotely believes in them.
Yeah, and that's sad.
But but if you ever really watch the shows, follow the shows, they do find evidence, whether it's Bigfoot or not. We're nobody's sure, but they do find like oversized fucking footprints and shit like that. But they can never catch up to them.
That's what makes me think it's elemental.
They are porthole travelers.
Yeah.
Period. They know they're getting hunted. Boom, they're gone.
Right. Yeah. I really believe that. Lord.
You got Welsh or Kiwi blood in those veins.
But yeah, I mean, I really believe that they're elementals when it comes to Bigfoot or anything like that.
And I think they use the water. And that might be a big reason why you think they might be elemental.
Right.
Because everywhere that they've been and traveled to, everything bends towards the water. Water's elemental.
Right.
Maybe they're using the water as their source of portaling. However you're traveling. I mean.
Portal traveling?
Yeah.
Could be. All right. So the photographs we're going to talk about next show alleged ape-like creatures rumored to be skulking around Brazil's Itaparica Island. And I probably said that wrong, and I apologize if I did. Every country seems to have its own version of Bigfoot, and Brazil is no exception. As evidenced recently by rumors of smaller ape-like beasts reported on the island. These stories are centered around, the state of Bahia, B-H-I-A.
Ted Mack asks, how long has Bigfoot been around or first seen?
For a long time.
Good morning, Scoops. Welcome back, Nicole. And Andy, I'm sure they use water for hydration, too.
Hey, Skook, how you doing? Welcome back, Nicole.
It's just weird, Andy, because it seems like every path that they follow that Bigfoot supposedly has taken all leads back to water.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Skook. Native Americans talked about him, yeah. So, I mean, Bigfoot stories have been around for a long time.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Get ready.
Sorry, guys.
Double points.
Sorry about your ears.
I'm here watching now, Freaky. They're actually leading to water.
Like this setup is like an arrow pointing towards the water.
Yeah, like
basically.
it's given a direction on which way the next one's supposed to go if they need to get out.
Right.
And we just watched that show. It wasn't that long ago that we seen something like it. Did we see it or read about it or hear about it or that all the woods point bent towards the water?
That was on Expedition.
Okay.
Bigfoot, yeah.
Haha, no, I got to because I got to live with her, Nicole. And I don't like dealing. I mean, I deal with it if I have to, but if I don't have to deal with her anxiety, I'm much happier.
So these stories are centered around this Bahia, where a curfew in response to the virus pandemic has left residents restricted to their homes. But this hasn't stopped some strange stories emerging from the region. However, with some reporting sightings of a peculiar ape-like creature wandering around the deserted streets at night. Most recently, 2 photographs have been circulating around social media. One showing a creature walking along a quiet road, and another shows 3 creatures, 2 adults and a juvenile. What the images actually show, however, remains unclear. Could this simply be native primates that have wandered in the streets due to the curfew? I haven't really researched it, but I saw the pictures and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on it. But it's also possible that it's a hoax, perhaps created using image manipulation. Apparently, they don't know. I have seen people share it out. I actually seen Ryan whisper to Scream Cryptid, share it out on his. I'm like, damn it.
Okay. Number one, Andy, at midnight, I'm either on my way to work or I'm just waking up to go to work. And yes, the earth is made up of 75% water. So sooner or later, everything's going to be by water. But these are deliberately bent towards rivers and streams and that on the passing. And freaky, our bodies are, yes, we are 75% water. Okay.
Okay.
I got them all out.
Okay. All right. So here's the images. Hold on 1 second. Let me blow it up for you guys.
Well, it don't matter. I still got to switch it over to my other screen. No. I'm not going to buy that. He's dragging his knuckles on the ground, for Christ's sakes. Bigfoot, by every story you've ever heard.
No, but there's different Bigfoots, honey. There's not just the one standard Bigfoot.
Well, that looks like a little foot.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought of the skunk ape.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jim, me too. 80% coffee.
Is that a glowing eye in the middle of his? Is that a whole goddamn family of them?
On the right-hand side, yes, there was 3 of them. They said 2 adults and a juvenile.
No, you ain't going to see 3 in one at the same time. And if they're already worried about getting hunted and this and that, you ain't going to catch a whole family traveling together.
But remember, everybody is inside for the pandemic, so
that doesn't mean you can't shoot from the window.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying they probably feel more easily to walk around because there's no people outside.
I don't know, because there's still going to be noises and that coming from the houses. Dogs get to go outside.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I can believe that.
Again, like I said, I don't know. I haven't done any research on these. I just saw it and thought, oh, this will be interesting to, post to you guys.
I mean, it can make you think. But it just, I don't know. Like that one on the left, okay? Look at the one on the left.
Okay.
The right arm is a lot longer than the left arm.
Well, he's like...
In the middle of a stride, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because look at the back leg.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It looks like he's in the middle of a stride.
All right, now, is that like look right to the right of his head.
Okay.
Do you see that shadow box on that, underneath that window, I guess it is?
It could be shadow, it could be dirt.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I'm asking for a reason.
Okay, yes.
Now look just over his left shoulder. Does he have a hump on his back? Or is that supposed to be where that shadow is?
I don't know. That almost looks like it could be like a juvenile.
Like it's carrying it.
Yeah, like they do. I don't know.
Might be, because if you look around the front.
Hi, Ruth. How you doing?
It looks like it gets darker underneath its head, like it's holding on.
Right.
Okay. That's,
But these have been reported all around Brazil.
Hi, Ruth. I'm just curious. I mean...
Yeah, no. That's what I put them up for. So pretty interesting.
Talk about a monkey on your back.
Right?
I don't know.
Oh, is Ron in here? Hi, Ron. Ron!
Who I said hi, Ron? The Ron a hell of a long time ago.
I haven't seen him, so I didn't know.
Yeah, chimps on the nightly walk. I don't know. You actually have to get a clearer picture.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, think about it though. I mean, seriously, if I sit there and I'm outside, say I'm outside smoking a cigarette at night, you gone to work, right? And I have my phone, and all of a sudden I see something. I'm like, I'm not taking a really good picture. I'm telling you right now.
Even True North says they kind of look like apes.
There is Ron. Yeah, they definitely do. It reminded me of a skunk ape down in Florida.
What the hell is a skunk ape?
It's a smaller version of Bigfoot. Like, not that small, though.
You talking about a silverback?
No.
Never heard of a skunk ape.
Look it up.
I lived in Florida 13 years.
Because you don't. They're in the swamps. In the
Everglades.
Yeah, Everglades.
Yeah, I was only 99 miles from the Everglades.
Right.
No, they're definitely bigger than a chimp.
Yeah, skunk ape is very small. That's why they call it skunk ape. Yes. Yeah, look up the apes, damn it. All right, guys. Our next story is when alien abductees are secretly followed, watched, and much more.
Oh, so the MIB's involved again.
Here we go. We're going to get shut down again.
Yeah. There goes the electric.
Since for decades, alien abductees have reported what appears to be hard evidence of clandestine surveillance by military personnel. Black and unmarked helicopters are often seen flying over the homes of abductees. Mail is intercepted, opened, and then resealed in fashion that is clearly done for effect, for purpose of intimidation, and in a far more subtle situation, letting the abductees know that they're being watched. Telephone interference, including strange noises and voices on the line, are widespread. Black cars with tinted windows follow people around town, which happened with Craig and Chad. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
That's nothing compared to being abducted, however. To be taken against one's will by emotional drone-like aliens is one thing. To have the other distinct misfortune of being abducted by military personnel as a result, too, that's just adding to the insult. The world of alien abduction research is absolutely filled with such cases, to the extent that this is clearly not the result of the claims of just overly paranoid figures peering through the curtains and interpreting every passing vehicle as belonging to government. Most intriguing of all, it becomes clear with a careful study of the words and recollections of the MILAB.
Men in Black, for short.
Military abductions. Victims, that their human abductors know a great deal about the phenomenon. It's interesting and disturbing to note, too, that the military abduction interrogators regularly ask the abductees if they have any knowledge of long-term possible hostile agendas on the part of the aliens, and specifically in relation to the hybrid beings. This issue of future events are what we might call ET-controlled sleeper agents, is something we cannot be ignored. It's time now for us to take a look at what is beyond any shadow of doubt evidence of widespread surveillance of the abductees. As far as can be determined, this activity dates back to at least 1980. One of the most significant and graphic cases involved a woman named Myrna Hansen, who had a notable and controversial UFO encounter late one night while driving in New Mexico after vacationing in Oklahoma. After realizing that a substantial amount of time seemed to be missing from the journey and having a vague UFO-related memories concerning the night's events, she underwent hypnosis to try and determine what had taken place. It transpires that two things occurred. A, she was abducted by a group of small black-eyed aliens that took her on board a UFO, on which she was treated in a fashion very similar to that of Betty and Barney Hill back in 1961. That's to say, you're the best.
Nicole's trying to make it up to you for double points.
Yeah, is that it? Here, we scared the shit out of you, so we'll play this. That is to say, as the human equivalent of a lab rat. So, in many respects, what happened next was even weirder. Hansen's hypnotically retrieved memories revealed that when the aliens were done with her, she was taken to some sort of subterranean installation. This was no alien base. However, what it actually was something quite different. When word of Hansen's experience and recollections began to circulate among ufologists, sources of Kurt Air Force Base, New Mexico, who were secretly following her story, instantly realized what Hansen had described was rather incredible. You all right?
Feels like it's blowing cold air.
Oh. A classified off-limits bunker that was part of the base's weapons storage unit. The implication, given that Hansen was not an employee of the Air Force Base, or was not an employee of the Air Force, and as a result, did not have security clearance to access the weapons storage area. Was that the elements of the military were monitoring the alien abduction, and then, when it was over, flew Hansen to a darkened helicopter to Kirtland, where she was subject to a grilling. She was subjected to grilling by military personnel, demanding to know what occurred when she was on the UFO. Whatever the Air Force learned, it remained unknown outside of the world of the underground domain of the MILABS. I know, freaky geek. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
You're cold.
So Betty Andreasen has not only had a lifetime of UFO encounters, but she's had repeated run-ins with notorious black helicopter phenomenon. Betty's husband, Bob, has been able to take quite literally hundreds of photos of these particular craft in the direct vicinity of their home. The clear and repeated harassment provoked Bob to fire off a blistering letter to the Army. I thought it was going to say around. I would be like, nuh-uh, not towards a black helicopter. Demanding to know what the hell was going on. The response was an outstanding one. The military kept things short and to the point, stating that it was difficult for them to say anything, since even the Army was unable to figure out who was flying the helicopters. Go away, in other words.
Ted says his abduction isn't that bad over here? Or over there, or wherever the hell it was?
And do you mean in the U.S., or do you mean... Hey, Patrick!
Yeah, we know it's strange for you to be on YouTube. D-Live was being a dick.
Yeah. For some reason, D-Live just didn't go live. The late Dr. Carla Turner was the author of a number of books on her very own and deeply personal alien abduction experiences, including Into the Fringe and Taken Inside the Alien Human Abduction Agenda. In the early to mid-90s, when the internet as we know today was in absolute infancy, the respected UFO researcher and authority, Greg Bishop, had extensive mailed correspondence with Dr. Turner on the alien abduction controversy. Of note, every single piece of correspondence between the pair arrived torn open and resealed. Go ahead.
Andy's right. He says Nome seems to have some serious issues with the UFOs for some reason. Yes. For some reason here, Nome is a very, very active place.
That's true, Patrick. Yeah, at least you're on live.
Yes. D-Live took a dive.
Yes.
That's why it took a nap.
So someone was taking note. It's almost certainly no coincidence that Turner's husband, Casey, reported an MILAB abduction. While the precise date and location to which he was taken remains unknown, Casey describes being taken to a below-ground facility where he witnessed several other people, also like him, drugged and the subject of interrogation. He offered the opinion, I get the feeling they wanted to know. Maybe they're trying to find out what we know.
What they saw.
Yeah.
What happened to her if you were abducted, what happened?
Right. See, that blows my theory about the government. I still think some of the, and I'm sorry to say, because of what I've researched, read, watched, some of the abductions of the little gray aliens are government. I swear to God. And the ones that are reported cold and robotic. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you think they're like virtual robot kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's our government.
Well,
making us afraid of aliens. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. We put fear in you, you forget what we're doing over here.
That's gnome with a G, Amanda. Gnome is the garden creature, yes. But there is a gnome Alaska as well. It's with the movie, was the fourth kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really, truly believe that. Just
Ted, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. It was good seeing you. Thanks for enjoying the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with us. We do appreciate it. Yes. Ron agrees. Yeah.
Amanda was just kind of being funny.
Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. It's Friday, man. I'm starting to think Sasquatch's alien primate would explain the disappearing act. A lot of people, Jim, say that. A lot of people. You know what's weird with?
Well, that's another thing too, though. Any picture or video or anything is always blurry.
Right.
You never get a clear picture or video.
A lot of people think that Bigfoot, that's been going around for a long time, that a lot of people think that Bigfoot is part of the alien, is an alien species. Because when people have seen Bigfoot, they've seen UFOs around. Also, the little lights that people see, the little orbs, a lot of people see Bigfoot with the orbs around them.
And you said it too. Being an elemental would also explain the disappearing act.
Yeah. That's what I personally believe, Andy, is that Bigfoot's elemental. I think he protects the woods. And when people fuck around with the woods, that's when he, or at least wants to see what's going on. I know that Patrick says, I know that with aliens and installations in the U.S. and Canada work together a lot. Yeah. I'm sure they do. But I really do believe that aliens, the cold, dark ones that have no, those are government robots. I believe that. I know you hate to hear it, Andy, but I really, truly believe in somewhat of what Stephen Greer says.
I don't think Bigfoot was from the future. I think Bigfoot is actually from the past. He was around a long time.
Bigfoot was in the Bionic Man. I know he was in Hulk back in the day, but I didn't know he was in Bionic Man. I'll just see if I can find that episode.
But I think that's why everywhere he travels, it points towards the water, and when he just disappears.
Right. But, it all depends on, I think a lot of it too, is, what I've discussed many times on this channel. Hey, Lady Blindwell, how are you, hon? Welcome, welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I discussed on this channel many times that I totally lost my train of thought. It all depends on what vibration you're vibrating at to see these things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what level of dimension you can see yourself in.
Hi, Blind Wolf. Hurry back. Who's leaving? Jim.
Hurry back, Jim.
Chat's like going.
I know. Too many words and big words used.
And I think a lot of times, though, when people say they see Bigfoot at a distance, they're trying to. I think that's somebody screwing around with them in a ghillie suit, or they're trying to look for notoriety, or look, we seen Bigfoot, but it's like their 7-foot cousin in a ghillie suit. That's just my take.
He is a big part, or a big laughing stock. Yeah. To a big part of the UFO community. But the way I look at it too is I believe it's not really him per se, it's the scientists around him, if that makes sense. I believe in CE5. I believe that you can do that. I've had my own experience, not as much, I've experienced with it, or not experienced with it, but I've experimented with it. And I believe that you can definitely call something down. The Greys are several types. One is believed to be robotic in nature, but the Greys I have met were about. Well, see, that's the thing with the government ones. They have they have biological suits over the, they're really techie.
Who was the Corey fellow that was with Greer?
I'm not sure, Andy.
Say,
off the top of my head, I
you'll
really
know more shit about that than me. Article on 10,000-year-old carvings. Even then, they saw gray ones.
Right, there's different. Yeah, come on now. We went through the whole KGB alien book. We know.
We covered at least 20, 30 different gray species of aliens.
Corey Good. Yeah.
I mean, what is it, Chad? What's his last name? Kalick. And Hurry Back, Freaky Geek, and his friend
Craig Powell.
Yeah, Chad and Craig.
Yeah.
If you all never watched their show, if you don't like rabbit holes,
you don't go down.
If your head spins too quick, do not go watch them. Because I'm going to tell you what, they will fuck up your brain.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, really, to be honest, like, when we sit there and it at least opens you up, because I swear to God, I will swear on a Bible, that probably don't mean a lot to you because I'm a witch, but I will swear, when we watch that, even if we...
Lady Blind Wolf, thanks for stopping by, hon. You have a safe rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever it is.
Definitely. You have a good one. Thank you for coming in. That when we watch, even when we rewatch it,
it still messes us up.
It messes us up. Not only that, we have stuff happen here.
Mm-hmm.
Like very weird shit happens when we watch it.
Every time we put Chad on our TV, something is happening here.
Yeah. And the thing with is that don't happen with like paranormal shows or anything like that. Nope. Really. But I think what my explanation for it, because, scientifically my mind's got a roll of what it is. But I think we not level up, but we get in that space of thoughts where we open up and things happen. And that's what I mean about, like, when I talk about vibration and moving through the dimensions and stuff, it's because it's the way you look at the world around you. Like, we've grown up knowing trees are alive, right? They're alive. But when you get to a certain state of how you look at things, you realize, wait a minute, trees are alive. Like they don't talk and walk like us.
No, but they breathe.
Yes.
They drink.
Like you can really see it. It's weird. I know it sounds weird, but it's it's my reality.
What show?
I will swear on my book of shadows.
Chad Kalick. Are you back, Freaky Geek? Oh, he is back, he thinks. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes, Scoots. And a lot of times I've heard that when trees actually slap during the wind and that, they're hugging each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They definitely communicate. I can hear at night. I can hear them talk if the wind's not blowing, if that makes sense. Could you be concentration upon a given non-everyday shit sort of topic actually open up the environment around you as some kind of portal? I believe you can, Andy. If you get to that, you're the best. I do believe you get into that sort of state, and it's no drugs, no, alcohol, no outside thing.
Chad Kalick.
Here, I'll put it.
I'm not trying to spell shit right now.
I don't see anybody. I didn't.
Scoops.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Can someone type out the show they were talking about?
What is it called? I forgot what it's called.
I thought No Face.
Yes, Sir No Face. There's Sir No Face. The last one's
something gray, ain't it?
Phantom Rider is the last one. Sir No Face. No Face the Gray is the second one.
Or is it Gray the No Face? It's one
something
that
like
way.
that. If you search AGH Paranormal, you'll find it.
I'm telling you, yeah, but Scoops, if you go beyond Sir No Face, you really, really be prepared for a rabbit hole.
He talks about Freaky Geek. He does talk about it on his. He does have a podcast on YouTube.
This guy is blowing my mind. No, he's got more than just that, Scoops. That's what we're saying.
There's 3 of them. There's a 4th one coming out.
Shit, he was supposed to travel to Australia.
Well, no, he's going back there because of the freaking virus.
That's what I'm saying. He was supposed to go to Australia to have a meeting with
Skyfall.
With Skyfall.
It's freaking interesting. Yes, you can do it all one word, Freaky Geek. I'm sure it'll come out.
Okay, let's go back to Bigfoot. That's where we were at, right?
No, we're talking about alien abductees.
Oh, that's right. We're back to the alien abductions. Down in the forest, all trees in the forest.
Yes.
The tree. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Patrick.
Yes. It's all connected. We're all connected. All of us. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's just we're connected with humans or animals. Everything is connected. Excuse me.
We just don't have emotional connection to trees. That's why that's why we don't cry when one's cut down.
Right, yeah, because we know that they're alive, but we don't look at it like that. But like, if somebody was to go and these trees out here,
no, that would be different. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Right over here.
But I know, but I had to correct myself. Angry Grandpa. What?
I have no idea.
But
and you're right.
Yes.
Dave's right. There are many fungus among us.
I agree.
Wow, that sounds like a riddle. There are many fungus among us.
But yeah, I mean, we're all connected in that way, and Oh, I'm sorry. AGH television. That's it. AGH television. Make sure.
What was proven that trees have feelings? They do. They grow and die just like we do. Trees defy gravity. No heart or pump, yet somehow it gets water from the roots to the leaves, even if you be cut over halfway through the trunk. Because it does have veins. That's the thing. And even be cutting a tree, it'd be like you having your leg amputated.
Right, yeah.
They learn how to stop the flow there and kick it back the other direction.
Plants and trees are very freaking wild. It's kind of like, okay, the way I look at things is like this. Okay, a cat's mind is small, right? And you guys know I've used this analogy before. The cat's mind is small. So when he looks into a mirror, right, he sees another cat. He doesn't recognize that it's him in the mirror. Okay, that's why they, do the, thing. And so with us, okay, our minds are more, so they're more like animals are more about survival instinct. They're surviving, right? Whereas dogs are a little bit smarter, not smarter, but connected.
Dogs are the same way as puppies, though.
I was saying cats and dogs.
Right.
Yeah, cats do what they want. They don't give a fuck.
They're the roost of the rule.
Right. And then, so it's all about survival with animals. With us, we recognize our own face. We recognize other people because our brains are bigger and take on more. But our brains can even be opened up even more to where, even just sitting outside, right? And picturing yourself from above. Not having an astral travel or an out-of-body experience or anything like that, but just let your mind look at you down and go higher and higher until you're out of Earth. In your mind, not doing an astral travel. It opens up a lot. Right, different levels of associative thinking due to more developed and large cerebral cortexes. Exactly.
Well, see, and I understand Andy's question about how can a tree defy gravity when it doesn't have a heartbeat or a pulse to make water travel? How does it defy gravity? Well, one thing people don't understand, gravity doesn't only pull downward. Gravity also pulls upward, and that's what keeps us stable.
Right.
So, a tree being so light in texture, not as a whole tree, but as in texture, the water is able to manifest its way through that bark and make it to the leaves and that. See, gravity pulls both directions.
Right.
I learned that a long time ago.
Just like when people, astronauts go on outer space, they're really just falling. It's not no gravity. It's just that, kind of like when you're going on that roller coaster and get to the highest level and you're just about to drop.
You're waiting for that drop.
Right. That's what they're doing.
Don't worry. I am a cat-loving man, believe me. I love my kittens.
But you loved your Tia, too.
I did. She was my big 6-month-old shoulder-head-high baby.
Right. Yes, I agree with Cass.
She couldn't have said that any better.
Yeah.
That cost can be very high for a cat, too.
Yes.
Trust me, I had to actually have one euthanized, and it killed me.
Aw. 2-week-old kittens. Aw.
Sure, go ahead and pick on me, Cass. That's fine. All right, gravitational pull of the moon affects the tides. There's an example of outer force pull. Exactly. It works both ways. And like I said, Dave, I learned that a long time ago. that if gravity just pulled downward, our Earth could not stay in the orbit that it's in. It has to pull upward to keep us balanced where it's at. Let's try to clean that as the pores in the leaves, which evaporate off the degree of water that sucks the sap uphill. But take that to a straw, put a pinhole in it, and no liquid is really raised. That's not true, Andy. You could put a pinhole in a straw, suck on a straw, and you're going to be able to pull fluid up through it.
I'd like to see you try.
I'll do it. I mean,
the only straw we have is a metal one, so that ain't gonna work.
No. What happened to the straws that we had?
I haven't seen them in ages. I don't even know.
Fuck it, I'll tell you what. Next Friday, I'll buy a thing of straws from the store. I'll put a pinhole in one, and I will drink my beer with a pinhole in it. Okay. And I'll still be able to pull enough to where I can get. I can drink.
You guys remember that. This is your guys'. You gotta. Yes, I believe the full moon affects people. As a family that half of my family is doctors and nurses, they'll tell you that too. And worked a lot of the emergency rooms. They'll tell you that too.
How is Shadows cheating with that challenge? I'll do it live right on camera.
Oh, but Shadow's cheating.
Left alone, a cat can survive on its own, where a dog may not survive. And I'm glad you said may not survive, because I've watched videos where dogs have survived for days.
They turn into chupacabras.
Gravity pulls towards the center of the earth. That's why no matter where you stand, you appear to be pulled down. There is more than one source of gravity, though, the sun, moon, and you're right, though.
It came with my coffee cup, Mickey.
But he's saying the moon and the sun. Gravity pulls downward, correct? So we have our gravity, which is holding us to the ground. Mm-hmm. You have the sun and the moon above you, which pulls you to the ground, which keeps you upright. That's what the chain of effect that keeps your blood to flow, allows trees to be able to drink, and stuff like that. It all works in a vicious cycle. And how many people actually know that a palm tree isn't a fucking tree?
It's a blade of grass.
It's a blade of grass.
That's wild. Jim said you need a beer football helmet.
I got one.
No, that's cheating.
I know. He needs the one with the little 2-cup thingies. I know.
All right, Scoop. Hurry back.
I mean...
I like that. Strap his beer cans to his headset. That'd be funny.
No, it wouldn't.
No?
No, because then it'd be too heavy. I'd have to drink fast.
As we were saying, though, with the government following people around, if you do watch Ted Kallick's documentaries, that does happen to them. And a lot of weird shit happens to them as well.
I hate doing this shit by camera because there's gravity consistent everywhere, though. At the equator, the centrifugal force trying to throw us off the planet is at its max. At the poles, it's at its minimum. And I don't know if that's so true, Andy. I've been across the equator.
Twice, he'll tell you.
and the only thing it really fucks is your mind thought of time. Oh, yeah, the cans need to be full, freaky. But I've done cross the equator, and like she said, 2 times. I've been through the Bermuda Triangle. I've done all that. And the only thing crossing the equator ever really did to me, it didn't affect me gravity-wise, but your internal clock of time got fucked up. Did you know that palm trees will sink if
that's
put in
wild.
Water? You can't make a raft out of a palm tree. That's false.
How do you know? Have you ever cut down a palm tree?
No, I only lived in Florida.
Well, it doesn't mean you went around.
Yes, we cut them down. Yes, that's because there's a huge electromagnetic donut around the equator. Yep. just in the upper atmosphere extending out into space.
And did you also know there's also
spinning large ball?
What are they
with
called?
A quarter on top in the center. Then put the coin about halfway to the.
Oh, where are they?
Well, of course it's going to fly off.
Oh, I didn't put it on this one. I thought I did. Never mind. There are rings coming out of the earth as well.
Yeah, well, that's our atmosphere.
No.
These you mean directly out of the earth?
Yeah, there's tubes coming out of the earth as well.
Chocolate mooncake time!
I think that protects us from the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon and that, which keeps us balanced here. It absorbs some of that gravitational pull. And that's why when we have high tide and that, and the moon's pulling it and that, it's only allowing it to go so far. You mean the torus effect of the Earth's magnetic force. Did you know that all the palm trees in Phoenix are imported? I learned. Well, yeah, I mean, it's too fucking dry there for a goddamn palm tree to actually live.
All right, guys. Shall we move on to the next story?
Yes.
Why Channel 37 doesn't exist and what it has to do with aliens. So apparently, a version of this post originally appeared in Tendium, a twice-weekly newsletter that hunts for the end of a long tail. They said, I'm endlessly fascinated by stories of the quirks that were built into the TV system. Nearly 5 years ago, I wrote about them, the tale of how radio broadcasters were able to shoehorn an additional FM station to the radio because of a proximity of a TV channel 6 to the rest of the feed, right? So, 1952, the year that the Federal Communications Commission opened up the television system to use UHF, or ultra-high frequency signals. The practice effect of this addition of bandwidth was the total number of potential TV stations increased dramatically from 108 to 2051 overnight. The first UHF applications were granted on July 11, 1952, according to the history of UHF television. The radio telescope that became a headache for the television industry. Within a 600-mile radius of the city of Danville, Illinois, population 31,246, the numerous major cities, among them Chicago, Detroit, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Toronto, and Washington, D.C. Near the entire length of the Mississippi River fits into that radius. If Danville was located just a little farther to the east, the radius was also include Philadelphia and New York City. For all intents and purposes, a 600-mile radius from eastern Illinois covers basically the entire East Coast except for the state of Florida and then in the Northeast. Importantly to the story, New Jersey generally does not fall into the 600-mile radius. But there was something located in Danville that was important enough to scientists that they didn't want to share it with anyone else. And the thing was a 400-foot wide radio telescope operating along the 610 megahertz frequency. It's something of a monster of an astronomy at the time, operating 12 to 16 hours per day, and researchers at the University of Illinois aimed to keep it that way. The research that led to the creation of the radio telescope was basically an accident, but a fundamental one that taught us more about the universe than we might have learned with a more optical telescope. In 1931, a radio engineer in Bell Laboratories employee named Carl Jansky was trying to uncover the source of a static that was interfering with the radio waves, and found that it had an extraterrestrial source, particularly at the center of the Milky Way galaxy.
Welcome back, Scoops.
Welcome back, Skooks. Jansky wasn't an astronomer, but an engineer, and despite discovering a new field of astronomy, his position at Bell Labs did not allow him to pursue it any further. But after World War II ended, others eventually did pursue radio astronomy, including George McVitie, a British cosmologist who built the astronomy department at University of Illinois in the 1950s, and George Swenson, who helped to build the university's radio telescope. So, speaking to the Royal Astronomical Society as a part of the oral history in 1978, McVitie, who played a central role in the creation of the telescope, stated that the device was developed in the late 50s for a goal of being cost effective. We wanted to build this parabolic cylinder, so I sent George Swenson on tour of a radio astronomy outfit in the world, Australia, England, and so on. And he came back with the idea of this parabolic cylinder, a fixed transit instrument that sweeps out the sky simply by the Earth rotating. And we decided that, for engineering reasons, that we could only build a really big one if we had the frequency around 600 megahertz. Otherwise, the perfection of the reflector, if it went into a short wavelength, was not something you could do by the acre, or at least not at that time, which was the late 50s. So, as space and astronomy writer Bob King of University Today put it in 2013, without it, radio astronomers would lose a key window in an otherwise continued radio view of the sky. Imagine a 3-panel bay window with the middle pane painted black. Who the hell wants that?
Well, look at the Hubble. You want to go that road.
Right.
Now we got this $1 billion camera floating in the air that ain't no good.
Hubble's still around. It's
still
on standby
around.
mode right now. I don't know. Well, it could have got rebooted. I'm not sure.
Okay, but the last we knew, it stopped working.
Right. It went into shutdown mode.
But it was supposed to do that 15 years ago.
Exactly. I was just going to say, Hubble's supposed to be, it was only so long, you know.
It was only a temporary thing, but it kept working, and they just kept going with it.
Right? So there was just one problem with this thing. The sudden high popularity of television made the general bandwidth area where the telescope operated, the 608 to 614 megahertz, a bit of a hot commodity. It was literally the spot where Channel 37 was supposed to go. And broadcasters wanted access to that channel.
Hi, Pammy.
Hey, Pammy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The number of stations that had been allocated to use Channel 37 in the U.S. in 1952, according to the history of UHF television. One of those communities was Paterson, New Jersey, located within New York City metro area.
You're right, Andy. Looking through a telescope is like wearing eyeglasses. It brings your focus into where your brain and your eyes can see the same image clearly.
Right. So in the end, no Channel 37 actually ended up on air in the analog form of the U.S., though you may find a digital equivalent today thanks to the difference in how signals are allocated. So at the time, why was the channel such a problem for scientists? At the time, the University of Illinois had built out its radio telescope. Television was still in its infancy, and not every TV could actually access UHF signals. But soon, UHF went from optional upgrade to standard feature on television sets, as we all know. Fortunately for scientists that relied on this telescope, they had the support of the global community. A meeting of the International Telecommunication Union in 1959 set aside a series of frequencies that were important for different scientific and technical uses. One of those frequencies was Channel 37. So the regulators faced with a conflict that pitted a niche. No stations on Channel 37 within a 600-mile radius of the antenna until at least 1968. No stations anywhere listed under Channel 37 could air anything between midnight and 7 a.m.
That almost sounds like a ham radio station.
Kinda, but because this thing was coming in on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because hams were very regulated.
Right. So let me scroll down here.
Pammy, you ain't supposed to give away your age. I'd have said you were 22, for God's sake.
Right?
Lower back, killing me.
So ultimately, Channel 37 went completely unused throughout the analog era in much of North America, as well as other countries, with a handful of exceptions. Today, Channel 37 technically can appear on over-the-air digital channels, but it's so-called virtual channel, allowing a network to be positioned there no matter its position on the spectrum.
Because they've learned how to filter out the things they don't want you to hear.
Right.
So it's basically like on a continuous editing base, where it's just getting edited all the way through.
Right.
But it's happening at such a pace that you don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally get it. The thing of it is that's like, I know it's somewhere in my Chrome bar, my folders, where there is a site, because I was interested in white noise and pink noise and all that. There is a site that you can go to and you can get any channel. Like, it's very weird. I don't know if it's illegal.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
But you can hear different things. I don't know where the hell it is right now, but
She never told you she became part of the black web.
no, I know it's not on there.
I was joking.
I know.
Because I would kill you or leave you, one or the other. Well, I'd probably kill you and then leave you.
Right. But where you can hear you go through the channels and you scan it. And it's not just our channels. It's like China. I mean, it's weird. I haven't really, delved into it that much, but it's really freaky and signals that isn't out there in the world. Well, I mean, they're out there, but they're used for different things.
Yeah, things that we're not supposed to know about.
I don't know. It's on the web, so it must be okay.
It must be true.
I didn't get it on the black web or anything. Or the dark web.
Hey, Dave, how's working out going live and chatting in here working? I thought about coming over and just opening his tab and trying to jump back and forth.
Right? So a new warp drive patent is emerged online, guys. So, of course, the link will be down in the description. So if you want to learn how to make a warp drive.
All right. What are you curious about? The warp drive or?
Oh, about the I'll have to find it. It's in my.
About the what?
About the radio stations.
Oh.
I'll have to find it. If I do find it, I'll send it to you on Twitter, Jim, if you want. It's in there. I don't know. I'm sure it's under Wednesday.
I'm sure he wants, because he says you got me curious. So
it's probably nothing. It's probably no big deal, but I'm just like, what is this?
Direct web allows you access to the other 96. Like any internet, you need to be Choosy what you believe. You know what? I ain't doing nothing with the dark web.
Nope. Hell no.
Your name gets on that dark web registry, you're pretty well fucked.
Yeah, no. There's some. I've heard some nasty shit on there, and I don't even want to come across it by accident. You know what I'm saying?
Even at this point in time, God only knows who you've talked to that might be part of the dark web or has done, you know, and you had no idea, and you talk to him every day.
Well, yeah. So, a fascinating new patent for a real-life warp drive has been published by 2 engineers from Chicago.
You're right. There is no end to nasty shit.
That's true. That's true, Andy. Anyone familiar with Star Trek will know what we mean when we talk about the warp drive. It's a means of propulsion enabling a spacecraft to travel much faster than the speed of light. Over the years, several scientists and engineers have attempted to create their own designs for a possible warp drive to varying degrees of success. However, to date, nobody has been able to actually build one.
Freaky wants to know, how do you know if you're on the dark web or not? If you're on the dark web, you will know.
I'm sure you will know.
I
know. Okay. These concepts remain purely theoretical for at least for now. One major advocate of the idea of warp drives is an undergraduate engineer, Joseph Agnew, who had been focusing his efforts on theoretical implementation about known as the, I don't know what that word is, warp drive, which is designed by a Mexican mathematician and it's the guy's last name. So some channels are not used in interference. Right, Patrick, exactly. That's why there will never be a channel 37. Jim's going to buy a Russian tank and visit you, honey. Apparently he didn't hear me. According to the theory, this real-world warp drive would work by stretching the fabric of space-time in a wave, contracting the space in front of the ship and expanding the space behind. Their proposal flew mostly under the radar last year, just as the coronavirus pandemic kicked off, meaning that it was only recently started to gain more traction and news coverage. According to the patent, the new warp drive concept uses 2 gravitational walls to achieve a warp drive effect, means of propulsion, while surrounding or enclosing a cavity or a space where passengers can travel. They suggested a method for changing the metric of space-time and creating a space-time warp bubble, such that while from outside the bubble could advance in superluminal speed. From within the bubble, the speed is much lower than the speed of light. So you won't get ripped apart.
Well, I think it was Andy that just says, why don't they use, what the hell was it? What the fuck? I don't know. It was something about some kind of time warp thing.
Oh, why don't you use the Stargate?
Yeah, because the Stargate hasn't been perfected.
Oh, I'm sure it has.
No,
I don't know.
Red!
Hey, redheaded
Oh, what the fart?
Right, I know.
So, see, we had another lurker that came out saying, I'm digging this subject. See? How well did lurking work out?
LARPing or lurking? Red, I didn't know you were a LARPer. No.
he's LARPing and lurking. He's lurking, LARPing.
So, yeah. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that they already have a warp drive that they are going to use?
Yep. Oh, I'm just messing around, right? I don't care if you're lurking or not. Larvae, nothing was said about larvae.
No, there's no larva going on here.
Nope.
Welcome back, Scoop.
I don't know. What do you consider warp drive, though?
Warp drive is like what on Star Trek, what the Enterprise used.
Do you think it's possible to travel at the speed of light in a heartbeat?
But they're not talking about, well, they're talking about a wave. They're talking about something not completely different.
You're
but
talking about something that opens up the space in front of you for you to be able to shoot through it. So you are basically taking mass and matter out of your way.
Right.
No, I don't think they've come up with it yet. I think they might be working on it, but I don't think that, because if that was the case, then breaking the sound barrier would be a breeze. But yet they have to get going so fast.
Right. Well, the thing with it is, with building warp drive, it's got to be something that won't kill us.
Exactly. Because it's got to move mass and matter completely out of the way, because you are going to travel faster than matter can travel. And matter can travel a hell of a lot faster than the speed of light or sound.
Nicole. Right. Well, yeah, that's why they said in the bubble itself.
It's making it a tunnel.
No. The bubble itself for the ship, right, is going to be moving slower than what it would be moving on the outside.
On the inside of it, yes.
Yeah.
Because it was traveling at the same rate of speed that the outside was.
We'd be pancake. Yeah. Hold on, let me go back and see what Jim thinks that they already have a Stargate in Cheyenne Mountain.
They do, but I don't think they perfected it yet. I really don't believe that they're able to humanly transport your atoms from one point to another.
Like a Stargate. You're talking about a Stargate,
yeah,
right?
And then reappearing somewhere else through another gate.
I don't know. Look at that story we heard in the mountains there about the people. Remember, like they were scared to stick their hand through?
I'm not. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Just like I'm not getting the COVID shot either. So hey,
all right. Would any of you, if there was a Stargate, right, and they said come test it out, would you come test it out?
Yeah, just stick your hand in. It's like warm water in a swimming pool.
I mean, or if something like all of a sudden shown up like a portal.
That we already have warp drive from back in generated alien tech and is in use as we.
Right. Yeah, there are conspiracy theories out there that
exactly conspiracy theory.
Right.
Theory being the key word in that.
Red said, "Yeah, with an apple."
Only if Eddie goes.
Like, would you? There you go. That's what we should do.
Fuck you, Jim.
We'd have an apple on a crossbow with a string, kind of like in Poltergeist when they shot the tennis ball.
Well, yeah, I ain't going.
And he said, in a heartbeat. Nicole said, "Yep."
No, you would actually walk up there without no scientific proof, no studies done. They say, we got a Stargate right here. You can go through this one here, and you can walk out in the United States in this state, and you'd go right through it, right?
Skook said, "No thanks, I'll watch."
Jim, there wouldn't be enough goddamn beer in the world to get me to go through that son of a bitch.
Freaky Geek said, "Test it with a drone first 100 times." Yeah, Jim will take the Russian tank with him.
Well, Nicole, if you're going through a Stargate, you're in Belgium, he's over there in the UK, you might not wind up in the same place except dead.
That's true, Andy. He said the way I look at it is some kind of Stargate transportation device was invented. If it screws up and you die, then it'll be so quick you won't be aware of it. Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's fine. And you break into a million particles, but...
All right, Amanda, take care, hon.
Amanda says, I can't talk about this transporting death shit.
I believe it, Patrick. I believe every little story, like every show that comes out weird, like and odd, is telling us something.
It is. It's leading a plot and a theme to what to expect in life.
Right.
But that's the fucking movies. That ain't real life.
I have my own Stargate when I astral traveled.
Okay.
Really.
I know.
I didn't go through a Stargate, but, you know, what do you know? That would be handy, right, Nicole? Having your old Stargate?
As long as it's perfected.
Right, yeah, that's what she's saying, I'm sure. I don't think she wants a...
You got to stop and think, if you jump through a Stargate, the molecular structure of your body completely breaks.
Right.
And now you're supposed to arrive on the other side of this thing with everything intact.
Right.
Brain matter, guts. Do you think it's... No, I don't believe that's possible. I really don't.
Well, it's 11:57 now here, Amanda, so we'll be taking off. I should go visit. Well, we'll keep one of us on speaker, Jim, so we know that you don't disappear if you do that. He said I should go visit Cheyenne Mountain this weekend and ask them if they have to have Stargate. Next thing you know, we never see Jim again.
Okay, here's the difference, though, Andy, of facts. You're talking about paper and ink. Yes, it has molecular structure. Aha, you ain't going to get me on that. But our molecular structure is a little bit different. We are living, breathing human beings, blood, heartbeat, brain matter. And if you think that you can travel through one hole into another one and everything's going to come out okay, I'll tell you what. I'll meet you on the side that you're going to come out of. Because when you come out like this, I ain't doing it.
Jim said, but my YouTube video would go viral even if I go missing. All right, good night, man. Take care.
So you're thinking that because he says that the paper nor the ink move, it's the image that's transferred or transmitted. So you think you step into a Stargate, you're actually just trapped there, and it's just your image that reappears on the other side.
Good point, Red. Every time they
That's
teleport,
what I just said.
On Star Trek, they say that the teleporter makes a clone out of you. I know. Yeah, exactly, Ron. Shadow's the three-letter agency have offices in Hollywood to advise on movies.
Yep.
Just like I said.
FBI, and the CIA. They run the three-letter fucking...
Just like I said, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, sat in on the Majestic 12 meetings.
Fixing to lose power.
Oh no! Oh no! They're coming for you?
Well, he's the one that brought shit up earlier.
Last weekend it was us. This week it's going to be Patrick.
All right. It is noon.
Could be. Would account for spirits. Well, yeah. That is true. All right, guys. It's that time. I can't give out lemons. What is this button? I should probably not do that.
Well,
well, there's a weird button on my Google that says search.
Were you searching lemons?
Oh.
Guys, I'm telling you, what a conversation we've had today.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was definitely awesome.
I mean, yes, we get out of hand sometimes, but sometimes that out of hand goes right into dealing with what we're talking about.
That's true. That's true.
I only got the stink eye twice today from Shadow, so I'm doing pretty good. I didn't
give you no stink eyes.
She says that.
You know, we love you guys. Let me go ahead and run the credits because of the fact that I can't give out lemons.
So I guess on Mondays, like triple lemons, right?
Double lemons.
Oh, double lemons.
Yeah. Andy stole all the lemons again. I know, right?
Yeah, look at sour puss.
Tidy Labs is working. Oh, because it's...
Double points!
Ha! You didn't get me. We love you guys so much.
Again, you guys are amazing. Without you, Shadows with a little bit of chaos would be nothing.
That is so true. And that goes for you guys in the room, anybody who's watching after this, and my podcast supporters. We love you guys so much. Thank you, all of you, for making each and every day that we go live so special.
Shit, you make me want to rush home from work to do this.
Right? All right, guys. With that being said, go ahead.
Ladies, hugs. Gentlemen, fist bumps. Stay safe. Stay strong. Together we can conquer this. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow on Chaos.
Yes, Chaos is live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Alaskan time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, guys, take care. Be safe. Always remember, find something today to make you smile with your eyes.
Make it a purpose to make your eyes make somebody else smile too.
That's right. Definitely. All right, guys. With that being said, oh, hold on. I'm doing it wrong. Take care. Be safe. We love you.
Mwah!